Good morning and welcome to episode 1222 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, June 1st, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Mark's got Swans, Highway Insanity, and the greatest rivalry of all time in your cup of coffee in the big time.
That's true. I do. Do you notice I added something to?
I see a picture back there.
Is it a picture?
Oh, or is it
okay.
Is it another?
Is that an album? Is that
a CD of
it's a
Grammy-winning 2014 artist and like early 2000s heartthrob Gavin DeGraw?
Oh wow, it's a Gavin DeGraw album.
Well,
fantastic.
Look, I mean, on the road to 100,000 wasn't easy, was it, fellas? But on the way, you pick up a few megastar followers like Gavin DeGraw.
That's right. That's right.
Big time Hard Factor supporter. Yeah,
he's one of the 100K. Thank you to everybody for getting us to 100K on Instagram. And
Let's go.
Talking about it now. I'm going to go ahead and put the hat on. You won't see this graying brown hair again until it's bleached. So.
You can't bury the lead. We got to 100K. I think I wore this shirt like 3 days ago. It's like the original Hard Factor shirt. 100 fucking K. Thank you.
Did it.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it is pretty nice. It's a nice round number. Looks really good right there on the page. And
it's motivating.
I mean, everybody did. You did a fantastic job. I gotta say, hats off to everybody. Everybody who's listening. Just way to go. Fantastic.
Send that
work out there.
to my dad later.
Yep. Next stop, 1 million.
See, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it feels.
See, Dad. See, Dad.
There's really no difference between like 93K and 100K, but it feels very different.
It feels like yeah, no, it's kind of like a see dad moment. I get what Wes is saying. It's like, it feels good.
Yeah,
keeps going. Sure. It's gonna keep growing.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't send it to your dad though. He'll just be like, "What? Well, 1 million would be."
What does that mean?
Like, you're still poor.
Yeah.
Right.
How many dollars does that equate to?
Exactly.
Does that account make you any money? Actually, no. Actually, we're in a monetization jail. So, anyways,
he'll make zero money actually.
Yeah, but it's still 100K.
Come on, 100K.
No, way to go, awesome. Everybody. Way to go. We did it. Awesome. We did it on a bigger stuff. And I will bleach the hair. I will not take my hat off until the hair is bleached.
I don't want to see brown hair again on your.
I'm gonna get. I have to get the newborn. Okay, got to do a couple things before I bleach it, which is my son's gonna be born here any day now. Then got to get the newborn pics, and then got to bleach it, and then it'll be
totally. But I don't even want to see the newborn pics until after I see the bleach blonde hair. I'm not gonna look at them. Don't send them to me.
You won't. You're not gonna see this ratty.
I don't want to see them.
Don't want to see
tan gray mess that's on my head. No, it's gonna be.
Send me a pic of the
blonde.
boy. But not you next to the boy. Yeah.
I'll cut myself out.
All right.
No problem. No problem. So to recap, Mark's got 100K. We made it. Thank you, everybody. Fantastic work in the Heart of Hive. Mark's got Swans, Highway Insanity, and the greatest rivalry of all time in the coffee. I've got fart spray and more on deck. Wes has a story about New Zealand turning on its own people in the hole, the pig roasting hole, to bat us home today.
So. Yeah, that is true.
Fucked up. What are they getting into dieting?
No, it's terrible. I mean, it is quite a turn. If people that you thought loved you did this to you, you would be like, what the fuck, man?
Whoa, interesting.
The fuck, man.
The government.
Yeah.
Fucking New Zealand.
Whoa,
man, that's tough. All right, well, we'll find out what it is. My appetite is wet. I could say that.
Yeah.
And a lot of live comments saying congrats, Jack Severt, Chris, let's go. And Jack brings up a good point. Thanks, Gavin. That's a good. He's one of 100K.
Yeah, he helped us get there. Yeah.
Hats off to Gavin DeGraw too.
Yeah. That's my wife's CD, by the way. Let's do the news.
Oh.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
I mean, I got nothing against Gavin DeGraw, and I appreciate his support, but he's a ladies' man. That guy.
I mean, I was listening to his jams the other day while cutting the lawn using some Sunday products.
It's good stuff.
What a weekend!
You take someone to a Gavin DeGraw concert, she's getting pregnant. All right, let's play a game before we get into the news, and let's get some live polls going. We'll
Okay.
game live polls, youtube.com/hard factor, 8 p.m. Eastern every night. We go live. Come join us and comment. You can get on the show, literally, and you can vote on these daily polls we're doing. I'm about to play you a clip of an influencer who, to get views, took a swim in the, quote, dirtiest river in the world in India. Here you go.
Dirtiest river. Yes, that's a dead body.
And the river.
All right.
Going in?
A lot of people in the water.
They're just gonna hop in here.
It's already like
Well, I mean, there's a
20
lot of
people.
people in the
Hello.
water.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
How are
This
you?
guy's
Hey,
dirty.
he loves it.
Yeah, take the money.
Oh, you found a coin?
Yeah,
Found a coin. Okay.
Found
Very
it.
cool.
And he's getting his mouth in the water.
take the money.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't
You
mind
find it in the
this
water?
Yeah.
very dirty water, obviously.
Oh,
There's
Jesus.
the guy, the influencer.
Is it dirty
I'm a little
because
bit
of the
scared.
Indian people in it?
I am touching a lot of things on my feet.
Because there's lots
pollution.
of trash.
Welcome
Trash.
to
Shit.
the
That's mean,
world's
Wes.
dirtiest river
What?
here in Varanasi, India, and we are swimming in
The
it.
humans, I mean, dude, the humans are definitely pooping and peeing in there. But
You
Yeah.
said
Most
that
of
one guy
trash.
was disgusting, and he's in there.
Most-
He
Absolute
was.
trash.
Look,
Oh, yeah.
he was disgusting. But it's kind of like, I think it's, remember when Brazil did the World Cup and the parts of the ocean had poop in it, and it was just like couldn't, like, I think that just hasn't been maintained. Like a lot of, it's a busy area.
It's a
dirty.
holy river, I'm sure, right?
Well, maybe that's why people go to it. I don't know, but
It's got to be a holy river.
So that
I don't know why
guy-
else you'd go in it, but
Yeah.
So it really takes the luster away from like it being like a truth or dare type thing when there's
When
tons
other
of
people-
people.
When there's
The
kids in
locals,
there.
the locals are there just loving
He
it.
was the only
they were
non-Indian
having
person
the
there.
time of
Pouring
their
it on their
lives.
head.
Yeah, they were just so
here's-
happy. I mean,
here's the live poll. Here's the live poll. How much money would it cost for you to go in there and swim and dunk your head under? Like how much money? Let's get a poll up like zero.
if you were
to,
there, are you
0
drunk
to
or not?
100,
Are you
100 to
drunk or not?
500, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, something like that. Eric, get the poll up, and
Dead
then
body is gross.
the dead body's pretty. And it was so common there. I was like, oh, whatever. And then I have another. I'm gonna
Dead
throw in a.
body is-
I'm gonna
is
throw in a.
kinda
Would you
gross.
rather?
Also, kind of funny though. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's on par for the course. It's like, oh, this is the
right? Like, I mean, like it's all.
it's
How
a
often
chef's
are you gonna say?
chef's kiss for dirty.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
that they are
Secret
have
ingredient.
tangentially been around dead guy water. How often are you going to get the opportunity to say you've actually done it?
Right.
Right.
You've been
No, I mean that's a feather in the cap for
Quite an opportunity.
Good. It was
Yes,
good. It
Wes.
was good that a dead body was on the day that this guy who's going viral, went. That was nice for the river.
Right.
Would you rather go swimming in that river for 5 minutes and you have to dunk your head under, or walk 5 city blocks in New York City when it's raining barefoot?
Ew. The river.
Yeah, probably the river.
Barefoot in New York
Barefoot.
City.
5 blocks.
5 blocks. Sidewalk.
Barefoot in New
You
York
could
City?
die
No,
doing
no
that.
thanks.
I mean, you could probably die in the river. They're both. It's
Dude,
gross.
You're,
either way.
you're dunking your head under for a couple seconds.
And you're getting in your mouth, and you're also
Yeah,
getting in your
get
in your
trash
in
on your whatever.
genital.
Yeah, spit it out and get out. You're done.
5 minutes.
The
All right.
5 blocks in
I'd
New
probably
York
take.
City.
I'd probably take the 5 blocks, to be honest.
I think we should
Dude,
put up
are you
those
kidding me?
polls. It's
5 blocks in New
interesting.
York City.
Yeah, the thing,
Barefoot.
the problem with the
around.
rain is I'm getting the rain to drag out all the cigarette butts, needles, and trash water from the trash can. So the
Rat shit.
rain
Dude,
adds
on a
level of
trash day when the
disgusting-
trash is just piled
mess.
up on the sidewalk.
Well, every day's a trash day. So yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so,
goodness. No thanks. No.
yeah. Okay, so there you go. There's our live polls. We do a little bit of fun sometimes when you join. Anyways, let's get into the news. This will chap your ass, Wes. NASA held a public and online meeting yesterday to talk about UFOs or whatever they call them this day, UAPs, UTIs, BFDs, whatever they call them. UFOs, right?
Right.
UAPs technically now.
Unidentified. On a what a phenomenon, whatever.
Look, call me old fashioned, but they're UFOs. They held the meeting to talk about UFOs on the eve of releasing a large report on UAPs. And guess what? It was fucking boring.
You
No
wouldn't
shock.
believe it. Yeah, that's government presentations. A lot of PowerPoint.
Listen, they just want you to. That's a strategy. They want you to sign the check quickly, so they don't want you to.
So you don't have to sit through it.
So you have to sit through it. They're like,
Right.
just you take
You
the
were-
check as long as I have to sit through anything.
You were
How
on
many
some-
more
the
PowerPoint
Wes.
slides?
Yeah,
It's like you watched. It's like you watched it, Wes.
I didn't
here's-
watch it.
But you nailed it. Here's the
Yeah.
panel. I watched about 30 minutes of it while writing the coffee today, and holy shit, those nerds would not be fun at a dinner party. They make Fraser and Niles Crane look like Snoop Dogg. They are boring.
Yeah, I mean, it's never fun. Business meetings are the worst thing ever to watch.
You ever been around a group of doctors, like outside of like a hospital,
No.
like
No,
like
doctors don't want to hang around me.
No, they don't. Like I've got some uncles that are doctors, and they could not be less interested in talking to you.
Yeah, do you ever hang out around a bunch of
each other.
doctors?
Yeah.
No.
Never. They make you feel like shit, quite frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I've met some fun doctors.
Yeah, but when they're around each other, when they're together,
yeah.
They don't.
Oh yeah. You don't want to like walk into the middle of a doctor convo and try to like talk medicine. Yeah, you're gonna
or anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some stuff. Just not. Don't talk medical shit. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, they might drink a beer with me at a barbecue, but they're not going to invite me to like a dinner party. Like
no dinner parties
with
for
doctors.
You. No.
And no. But here's the part that will upset you, Wes, and was probably predictable. You did predict it. In fact, they basically said, it's hard to tell if UAPs exist based on our current sensors and technology. And it was basically a long meeting asking for more money to get better tech so they can collect more data. And then they want new positions for people to analyze that data. So they want more tech and they want more job openings to be paid for by us. There definitely might be UFOs, but until the taxpayers give us billions of more dollars, it's going to stay a maybe from us.
Right.
That's the whole vibe of it. Was literally, here's a quick clip that got me.
That's every time NASA talks, really.
This is where I had to stop and record it. This one pissed me off. Let me see if I have the right order here. I have 3 in here. I think it's this one.
Following up on both your points, I think it's where we can actually apply artificial intelligence. So we cannot apply artificial intelligence on the current data, but we can apply artificial intelligence in a way that we can design characteristics for the data that we need and how we can collect the data that we need.
So you can give us new microscopes that we can put AI in.
This is probably more of a frustration than anything else, so I don't know how helpful it'll be. But I think we're not looking for a needle in a haystack. We're looking for an anomaly in a haystack. We don't even know that we're looking for a needle.
It's just a discolored piece of hay.
Well, I'm from Montana, so I love good hay analogy. I don't know what the phenomenology is that we're looking for. We say anomalous. Again, this question earlier, what does that mean? Anomalous acceleration? Like, I think as we try to look at the data, we're starting from an almost impossible position when if we don't know what we're looking for, is it a radiation signature? Is it something electromagnetic? Is it something like that? Is why this is so challenging and frustrating to me that we're talking about monitoring something that we don't even know what we're supposed to monitor.
Yeah, I mean, how do you call it a needle in a haystack when we don't even know if it's a needle? That brought the house down. That's the crowd we were dealing with raucous laughter. Yeah. And then they went back and referenced needle and haystack in Middle America like 17 more times. That became the theme. That became the theme of the conference. They're like, let's go back to the needle and haystack.
That guy was like
that was really good.
Yeah, that was a great analogy. Some guy was like,
dude, imagine him at the free bar or like the ticket bar. They give you like 3 drink tickets, you know, that guy's just fucking holding court.
He's the fun NASA guy. The entire meeting was one nerd coming in after a nerd made a statement previously saying it's nearly impossible to determine if there are UAPs and we need more resources, and saying they were like, actually, he's close to being right or she's close to being right, but because of this blank nerdy statement, we need even more resources than they just said we needed. It was just one after the other, like one-upping each other on the fact that it's so challenging and we need more resources.
It's probably like their annual convention where like the coolest person is who brags about how much money they need the most.
Yeah, it was basically a fundraiser.
NASA's like
it was their merchathon.
NASA's like the character that what's his name? The guy that played the wrestler.
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah, Mickey Rourke plays in Iron Man, and he's like NASA, and the other rich guy is like America. He's just a madman, like working and asking for more things, and it's all bullshit.
The guy with the rings,
right? Yes. Yeah, he had like the chain,
the whips,
the electric whip.
yeah.
Okay,
so that's NASA.
That was also the worst Iron Man by far. Iron Man 2 sucked.
He's just whipping you with his electric chains and stealing.
Nobody knows
money.
what he's up to. Yeah. But he's just getting money and wants his bird.
The movie was terrible. I'd rather get raped to death by aliens, though, than sit through another NASA meeting. I say let's roll the dice and cut their budget.
Yeah. They haven't done anything yet to
Let's
us.
roll the dice with alien attack.
I think we're okay.
Yeah,
I'm a big time
Okay,
space
too.
guy, but the government is frustrating with their no disclosures. And so like all they do is they just won't share any real information with you on what's classified, and then they just demand more money, and it's just never ending. So it's
Well,
just
there's a
annoying.
lot of conflicting footage, and even though
Also-
the humans have problems deciphering if it's real or not, our sensors do too. We need
Right.
more angles.
What's interesting about space too is that now that like there's a lot stronger telescopes like on Earth,
Yeah.
like privately funded ones. Like I don't even know, like who are they always going to be the dominant in the research, or is it going to be like private companies with
someone like an
telescopes and
Elon
stuff?
Musk type guy could come in if he was like super nerdy. About
Right, but
space.
he's definitely paid
He's
for.
got he's spread too thin. I'm saying,
And they're usually
someone
paying
else,
for part of these projects.
like a
but
Richard
it's just-
Branson and eccentric type guy could come in and be like, "We've got a new NASA. I'm in charge of it." Like it's a privately thing.
It's just
They
a
don't
money
seem to
laun-
function
money
that
laundering
well.
scheme. So,
Yeah. No. Anyway, let's forget about NASA. Let's move on to some cool launches on Earth. Like this car that flew 120 feet in the air. Check out this clip.
If they're down 250 roll
I'm gonna
over.
show you in slow.
How's the second EMS immediate roll?
It's a car on a highway going about 80 that launches off of a tow truck that had its toe at a ramp angle. It goes up the ramp of the tow truck and then through the front cabin, smashing the cabin of the tow truck. It
what a
launches
move.
about 110, 115 feet in the air, rolls and flips.
Does it hit that
and,
other car or does that car come out unscathed?
It came out unscathed. or
Almost
at
landed
least-
on top of it.
Yeah.
Close. That guy must have been shitting his pants when he saw the car in the air behind him. Like, oh,
Yeah, I
fuck,
gotta
it's
speed
gonna hit me.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing,
Anyone die?
dude.
Yeah, you're probably wondering if the driver died. And the driver, which by the way, everyone was comparing that to the Dukes of Hazzard, Fast and the Furious, and Grand Theft Auto. But the answer is he did not die. Did
Yeah,
not die.
figured. I mean, because it kind of landed on the
You would have said
passenger
live. That
side.
would have been amazing.
Did not die. He's right, but they say he has serious injuries, so he's probably going to have some extensive rehab. Hopefully, it's a speedy recovery, and he's not like crippled or something like that. But serious injuries. They didn't say critical, so that's good. Probably
So
a
the
few-
dude just did it
probably,
as a
probably a
prank.
few broken bones.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think he didn't see the ramp. I don't think he saw it. It was like off to the side, but barely. So I think he just kind of. Well, I mean, I don't know.
He hit it directly, almost directly on.
I mean, he was.
You think he did on purpose?
Yeah. That. Oh yeah,
I don't know
dude.
if he did it on
Yes.
purpose, but how do you not
Well,
see
you
that?
think you think he thought
Yes.
he was like Evil Knievel?
I think he just wanted to try it. I mean, maybe it's a crazy thought, but like, I mean,
Maybe.
like, dude, he hit that ramp.
I can't rule it out.
Can't resist
He
the
hit
ramp.
that ramp perfectly, and he hit it so hard that he flew 120 feet.
He's thinking there's no other opportunity I'm going to get like this ever again.
This
Right,
was meant,
yeah.
This was meant to
Florida,
be.
yeah.
My one shot, dude.
A truly wild video. You should check it out on our YouTube or Spotify video versions of the show. And that last one was sent in by a number of listeners and Hard Factor interns, as was this story about a trio of teens who stole a beloved swan and her babies. And then one of the teens took the mama swan home and his parents cooked it, and they shared a Memorial Day family dinner of illegal swan.
Wow.
Oh.
Swans.
What nationality were they?
Well, they're all in upstate New York. The 18-year-old Iman Hussan of Syracuse,
Okay.
16 and 17-year-old unnamed, because they're minors.
Okay.
Also of Syracuse. They were arrested for kidnapping and murdering of Faye.
Are you looking up the etymology of Hassan last name was? Also, swans, for those who don't have much waterfowl experience, dickheads,
Mhm.
just absolute
geese, right?
assholes of birds. Well, worse than geese.
Worse than
much,
geese.
way worse. The swan is one of the biggest jerks out there in the bird world, and so I'm glad
But
they didn't.
pretty.
Glad they
But-
didn't eat the babies, but those babies are going to be nicer without that angry mom swan around.
Very pretty animal. Yeah.
It used to be reserved for royalty only to eat swans.
Mm.
And
It's supposed to be
then-
good. It's supposed to taste good,
Yeah, I'm sure it's like a goose or a duck,
like
I
a
mean,
big
similar.
duck or something.
Are you saying these kids are diplomat kids or something? They're like
Well,
that,
they
though?
might be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was looking up what
Sounds
countries
like it.
eats swan,
They don't want to admit it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like taboo now because they're so pretty.
Right. They're not going to admit it. Yeah. So the 18-year-old's still in jail.
Have you guys ever seen an Australian black swan? Those are actually really awesome.
I think I've seen a picture.
Bring up a picture.
Really, I wish those would just replace the rest of the swans because they have a better temperament too.
They don't. Okay. Do they hiss? Do they?
They're not as loud. Yeah, they all hiss though. They all hiss to chase each other.
Yeah, it's a swan. Here's Faye, the mother swan who was stolen. There's 2 of her babies of the 4. Look at her, she's got eggs there. And the 18-year-old still in jail. The waiting arraignment. The 16 and 17-year-old who were minors were released to their parents and are going to get a ticket to appear in court later, but they're probably not going to get in that much trouble, according to Manlius Police Sergeant Ken Hatter. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but next to Syracuse or a town of Syracuse is Manlius. This is where they stole the swan. This is like the pride of Manlius. The mother swan Faye and her 4.
How is a swan giving you?
Oh, come on, Will. It's their thing. All right. The mother swan fan and 4 babies were stolen from their pond, said Manlius Village Mayor Paul Warhol, who was furious. And the last time they were seen was Saturday by a village employee who was tending to flowers in the area. And he was just so, smitten. He or she was so smitten by the swans. He's like, I hope they never get stolen. Now, thank God the 4 babies, the 4 baby swans or cygnets, is that what they're called, were found in good health and are okay. But one of the teens took Faye home to his parents. And they cooked the shit out of her.
They knew exactly what to do with it.
And then someone that was on Memorial Day. So here's someone that was probably at their Memorial Day party. Is this swan? Says a confused guest while reading the local news update on their iPhone that said Faye and her babies had been stolen.
But then when you're there, you're like,
is this swan?
Yeah, but then you're getting seconds. You're like, I'm not gonna get swan again for a while.
Think you know where the swan went in your mouth?
People are going to jail.
I belly shit out of some swan.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna let me get some more of that swan.
Yeah, here's don't tell me it's swan. Yeah,
Australian black swan. It's cool. Beautiful.
That's cool looking.
So much better than the ones we got.
Here's an image of the police.
Mute swans is what we have mostly.
Yeah. Here's an image of police outside the house where 2 of the swanlings were found. The other 2 were wandered to a local store. So I bet that house smelled fantastic. What, they just follow their noses there?
Oh, roast swan.
Yeah, I went to the house that smelled like roasted swan. Here it is, they said while drooling. Here's the house. Here's the house. Yeah.
I got a picture of one of the perps. I'll pull up.
Well, dude, swan. Some swan. I would love.
Hassan,
love it. Love it. Because those things are just annoying, man. Like if you think Canadian geese are annoying,
that's
with the
the
shit
18-year-old
all over
probably.
the fields.
Yeah, that's the 18.
Swans
because they showed a picture of him. That's the guy his family's the one that cooked it probably.
He looks like he's happy. He just ate some swan. He's in a
great mood. Like, that was delicious.
He doesn't look like he regrets
every second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be telling everyone in prison how good swan is.
You're not going to prison killing a swan, are you?
Well,
to jail for a minute.
He might go for a little bit. These people are mad. Well, they're mad. Here's an image of Faye's baby daddy, Manny, who's going to be, that was her lifelong partner. He's going to be extra snappy to people's ankles after his girl was kidnapped and murdered and cooked. R.I.P. Faye.
Dude, they love it so much they put up a memorial, like if someone got in a car accident.
This guy's going to jail
by that fucking lake.
Dude, I wish I had been at the fucking swan feast. That sounds delightful. I love this story. It's a feel good story, honestly.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, well,
here's a
swans suck ass. So I'm glad that somebody had a great meal on Memorial Day weekend. And
no,
one less swan in the world.
That's not endorsed by everyone at Hard Factor. Here's a disgusting one that will make you want to throw up or punch the air or both. The Sackler family, the billionaires responsible for the opioid crisis, probably the worst drug crisis of all time that has ruined and continues to ruin millions of lives when you account for the families coping with it. While well over 500,000 overdose deaths since 2000 contributed directly to opioids, more like 750,000, with 75,000 people dying from opioids alone in 2021. Those assholes?
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bad.
They invented
Oxycontin.
They invented Oxycontin and were the heads of Purdue Pharmaceuticals. Those guys.
Yeah. And then now they're getting the shaft while China just ships in fentanyl that replaced it and kills people at an even higher rate.
They're not getting the shaft anymore. Unlike the family and friends of that 500,000 plus the Sacklers' nightmare has ended. They were getting their tits sued off in court, civil court. They had thousands of active lawsuits, rightfully so, since they killed a small country's worth of people. And it was like, never ending with their lawsuits. Lots of people had, a legit case against the Sacklers.
Right.
So the Sacklers did something about it. And for whatever reason, the federal justice system over here played ball. And now for a one-time payment of $6 billion that is set to go to opioid addiction research and charities, and $750 million will go to some of the families. The Sacklers have been granted lifetime immunity from any future civil cases related to opioid addiction and death.
Oh, wow.
They're
Yeah,
off.
that is nice
They're
treatment
done.
for them.
They are done. They paid $6 billion, which is about half of their net worth. They're worth about $12 billion. So they basically said, okay, we'll give you half our money. We'll keep $1 billion for each Sackler, and then you guys leave us alone.
Great deal for the Sacklers. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they can
Fuck that.
The interest alone on $1 billion is great.
I mean, you're on the hook for all the opioid deaths, and then you
Not
get
anymore.
that kind of a deal. Wow.
Not anymore. And the opioid addiction is going to go on for a long time. So they just don't, they won't have to hear about it. I don't care anymore. I paid my $6 billion. Don't cry to me.
I don't think they stopped selling OxyContin anywhere.
No. It's
no, they still make that. Well, do they get royalties on the new ones, right? I mean,
they're going to make that $6 billion back.
Yeah, they still get money on the new Oxy.
Probably make that $6 billion back. And real quick before the top story, a couple updates. Danny Masterson, Hyde from that 70s show, famous guy's brother too. He got convicted of 2 rapes in like the first degree, I think, or second degree. So he's going to jail for a long time. And there's like a new Trump tape and stuff that might come out that we'll cover when it more comes out. But apparently he admitted to knowing that he had declassified documents at Mar-a-Lago, and he loved it on the phone calls and stuff. And there's a lot of stuff coming out about Trump where the prosecutors
I was rubbing it in their faces. Yeah, I mean,
like he's getting prosecuted again. We'll cover it when it happens.
Of course he is. They got to keep him in the headlines. It's got to be Biden, Trump. That's all anybody wants. So
that's all you're getting on them today, though. On him today. Masterson, go to jail.
Masterson's the curly-haired, fro-y kid.
Yeah, I think he was like inviting women.
Hyde.
Hyde.
Yeah, the weird aggressive character turned out to be weird and aggressive sexually in real life.
I want to say, I want to say either original intern Cam or Bubba, I'm throwing this out there, named their dog Hyde after him. I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but
no.
we have to check. So bad day for whoever I'm thinking of that did that. And that takes us to
the cream of the crop.
Today's top story is about the greatest chapter in the greatest rivalry of all time. And now some people think the Yankees Red Sox, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, that might be the greatest rivalry of all time. Others will say, whoa, what about the world's game, football? Real Madrid and Barcelona is a pretty big rivalry, Mark. Some even think it might be the Hatfields versus the McCoys. They didn't like each other, did they? But they're all wrong. They're all wrong. The greatest rivalry of all time is between 2 of the greatest thespians of all time, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
It's a great rivalry.
It is.
It's one of the greatest debates too on which one's a better actor.
Right. Now, you're damn right. Well, do you want to put up a poll for that? Because who do you guys think?
I mean, I'm a Pacino guy, but I feel like De Niro would win almost every poll just because of all the blockbuster hits. But I've always liked Pacino a little bit better. I like
Pacino. Scent of a Woman is fantastic. Pacino display of acting.
Yeah. He's got a lot of good ones out there.
I like Al Pacino. Hang on, I'll be right back. You guys keep going. 10 seconds.
All right. Okay. Well, these guys have been rivaling for decades. I think
Pacino slays more ass. I think.
Well, they're both. I mean, in West, it's astronomical.
What if you throw Jack Nicholson in there?
Jack probably beats them both.
I think in acting and slaying ass, I think Jack beats them both.
Oh, for sure. He's a sexual icon because of how great of an actor he is. Yeah. But we're talking Pacino, De Niro, the greatest Italian-American actors of their generation.
Right.
And I would say, they can't compete with Jack, but that's hard. He's got the most best actor nominations, I think. So it's hard to compete with him. Yeah.
He's won the most. I think Pacino has 2, De Niro has 1. I think Nicholson has 3. So just a week or 2 ago, we did a story about how 79-year-old 2-time Academy Award winner Robert De Niro knocked up his girlfriend welcomed his like 7th or 8th kid into the world, right?
Mhm.
Remember that?
Yes, De Niro. Yeah.
Well,
He's like we were saying, he's competing with Nick Cannon. Yeah.
Well, Al Pacino must have caught wind of De Niro's pregnancy early on, and he said to his then 82-year-old self, "Just when I think I'm out, De Niro pulls me back in." and then he said, "Say hello to my little friend," to his girlfriend about 8 months ago, and it was just announced that 83-year-old Al Pacino will be welcoming his 4th child, and first with 29-year-old hottie girlfriend. Where is she here?
How old are his other three?
Noor Alfala. She's 8 months pregnant. She's having a kid next month.
Right. Yeah, because she's definitely having his kid.
29.
So his 4th. That's a weird move. He's 83, you said?
Yeah, he'll be 101 when the kid turns 18.
Right. So weird move to have your 4th at 83. It'd be normal to like hear like 7th,
30th
at 83.
Yeah.
4th.
Listen, this is some.
He had to compete with De Niro, dude.
Well, let me pull a live comment from Jack Severt. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's interesting if it is. Oh wait, this is not. Pacino's girlfriend was apparently with Mick Jagger and Clint Eastwood before Al.
She is 29, like I said. I mean, that sounds like she's a star fucker, dude. Yeah, I mean,
well, yeah. Listen, her whole goal was to probably get impregnated by one of these millionaires. Now she's set.
If you're 83, it's kind of like Anna Nicole Smith. If you're 83, don't you want to dip it in her? I mean,
but
yeah,
I'm saying, yeah, she's super hot. But how old are his other kids? And you don't have to have a child.
It doesn't matter how old they are because he's just going to compete with De Niro. If De Niro has another one, he's going to have another one. That's all it seems like. It's a real game of inches going on between Pacino and De Niro. Yeah. If you know what I mean? I wonder if either will be the other kid's godfather.
I don't know.
Get it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can tell that Pacino always feels the heat coming around the corner. Whenever De Niro makes a move.
It's just an incredible rivalry. Just recently, a viral trend online popped up when it was voting on who was hotter when they were younger, Pacino or sorry, De Niro, who I put up, or Pacino. And Pacino's so old, his younger pictures are all in black and white.
Right. 83.
And incredibly, the vote was 50-50, 277,000 votes.
That's why
the rivalry is perfect.
Yeah, that's why you gotta love them because it's almost like Duke UNC.
It is. It's such a good rivalry. It's incredible.
It's like nobody. It's great. It's always 50-50. It's always a split room whenever you talk about which one's better actors.
It's
one exactly. Of the best. But I think De Niro is clearly the better child producer.
Well, De Niro has more kids, more Oscars, and is younger. But Pacino's such a good actor. It's just tough.
Yeah, no, I think that on this one, I'm going absolutely Pacino on the acting, De Niro on the dicking.
I agree. Pacino 83 is a little bit with the 29-year-olds. That's a little bit even more reckless than De Niro somehow.
Yeah.
I love if you guys have seen the Devil's Advocate, right?
Of course, I have so many names. Yeah, love Devil's Advocate.
Movie.
Yeah, I love almost all.
I got to go with Pacino.
Pacino pre 2005. But both of them really.
And then De Niro got into like I'm going to be a goofy comedy actor realm
a little bit. Then he got back into the Scorsese's good graces.
I mean, like they've both had bombs too. There's not.
But look at their list. It's just so good. Close. Devil's Advocate, severely underrated. Good call, Wes.
The best performances for Pacino shine above De Niro's best performance.
I think so, but a lot of people are taxi driver guys. They're raging bull guys. They're
right.
Cape Fear. A lot of people like his intensity.
Exactly. So it just depends on those types of roles. Which one you like more in those?
You're either Pacino guy or De Niro guy.
Because when you think about like Godfather 2, they're both amazing.
Right, but who got the best actor?
Well, the main character, but that's not.
No, De Niro got it in Godfather 2.
But he was the main character.
Pacino might have got it in Godfather 1. I don't know. Anyways, the dinner scene. One last thing is the dinner scene in Heat, where Pacino and De Niro face off. It's 6 minutes and 17 seconds of near cinema perfection. It's incredible. Excellent film, Heat. You got to check it out if you haven't seen it.
What's his name? He's got the fatty arm deposit. Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer's
fatty arm deposit in that movie.
And the guy who just died, Michael something.
Yeah, Bubba from Forrest Gump.
No,
nailing these little puns.
The kid will see Pacino any given Sunday during visitation.
This one's good too. DJ Bearnut says, I wonder if De Niro has met the parents.
Yeah. He's older than them.
Yeah, way older.
They're
Much old. Both of them are. I mean, how old is that 29-year-old's parents? Younger than De Niro's,
60.
No, De Niro's way ahead.
Who's better? Wow, De Niro takes it. I called it.
It's
De Niro
early.
and Spade.
A lot of people like De Niro. It's a real Rolling Stones versus like Aerosmith, which Stones, you gotta go
De
Stones.
Niro always, I feel like, edges him
Beatles.
out though.
Beatles, yeah.
In the acting department, when you take a poll, people prefer De Niro's movies. I feel like.
I think so too. It's usually been the case when I take the poll because I'm on the losing side, picking Pacino every time.
Right.
Hey, look, and listen, while guys like Pacino and De Niro can bang hotties well into their 90s, normal guys don't have it so easy. We need to take advantage of some life hacks as guys like you and me aren't considered to be the best actor of all time or in that conversation. But that's okay, because if we keep our lawns perfect, and I mean perfect, 1 inch too long, we don't get laid. 1 inch too short, and we lose out. The inches are all around us, and if you want inch perfect lawn, you have to use our incredible sponsor, Sunday. Any given Sunday, right? Sunday does all the legwork for you. No standing in the store looking like a doofus, second guessing what to buy for their lawn. Oh, did I get the right thing? No, probably not. Sunday does all that work for you based on your geographical location. You just tell them where you live. They got you covered. And better yet, they ship it to your front door so you don't have to mess up your car with dirt and stuff.
Oh, they ship it to you like right when you're supposed to use it. They tell you exactly when to use it. You can't. I mean, it's perfect. They do it for you. They give you access to the inches that are all around you that you need.
Exactly. They're your entire team. They're all your teammates. Summer is basically upon us, and it's time to reclaim your weekend. Sunday Lawn Care can take one thing off your to-do list. Instead of spending time working on your yard with Sunday, you can spend time enjoying it. This spring and summer, go to getsunday.com/hardfactor and enter your address to get a customized plan created just for your lawn. You just need a hose to apply Sunday. You can fertilize the entire lawn in less time than it takes to watch your favorite TV show. And the ingredients are safe. You don't have to worry about your pets or your kids getting sick being around the lawn. They use only no harsh chemicals, no long waiting periods. It's really safe. It's really good. It's also affordable. Some of these jerks charge you $1,500 to maintain your lawn for a season, but Sunday's going to do it for you starting at just $109. And for limited time, Sunday's offering our listeners 50% off the first box. So you can get started today for as little as $55 when you go to getsunday.com/hardfactor at checkout. That's 50% off your first box at getsunday.com/hardfactor.
Oh, yeah.
Links are always going to be on the show notes and in the live chat.
Oh, yeah. Get in there. Yeah. Click the details or whatever, whether you're in the, whatever app you will listen or watch on, and the link will be in there for the Sunday.
A lot of comments today.
Tons of comments. DJ Bearnut says, just laid down some Sunday himself. Nice. Also, Braden came in here and said, got you on mute because you requested me to come into the live because I got to listen tomorrow. I won't have anything to listen to. Yeah, good. Thank you. Wow. And I see a lot of people popping in, popping out. Thank you very much. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to game the system, get out of this YouTube jail. So thank you very much. Okay, you guys ready to move on to the next one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
let's do it. It's about fart spray and other fuck ups. Got some fart spray and other fuck ups. Some of the best pranks, especially at the high school level, like a senior pranks type deal, involve foul odors, right? So, whether it's like we've had a ton of experience with it at our schools, like hiding milk in the ceiling panels, letting it rot for years, then unleashing it finally to just devastating effect.
And actual piss.
Yes. You can put anything and
turn
hide it
black
up there.
after 4 years. Yellow, like clear to yellow piss turned black after 4 years.
Yeah, that'll stink. And then you can just have the classic fart caps, the capsules. You could maybe buy them at like a prank store or Spencer's.
Yes.
You give them to your buddies. You all smash them on the ground somewhere to stink up a locker area. And then boom, that's a classic stink attack. And then, of course, the OG fart spray itself. It's just like the can of fart spray. It's a prank as old as time, as humans, because humans just farted on each other before whoopee cushions and fart spray existed. That was just like how they made fart jokes, was just the actual farts before. And then we made products to make fart jokes, take them further. And two, Texas
really mixes things up.
It does, Wes. I mean, it stinks, which like takes you
it's
out
a
of your
conversation
comfort zone.
starter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
who fucking did that? Yeah, it gets your adrenaline running a little bit if it's smelly enough. It's
The
funny if
NASA
it's
panel
loud
could have
enough.
used a stink bomb because it was so boring in there. They
Oh,
could have used
yeah.
it to stir up at that NASA convention thing. Yeah,
I'm surprised that bald guy didn't lay a stinker like at an opportune time. That would have been
true.
legendary.
That would have been awesome.
It would. I mean, fart pranks are the best. Like fart stink pranks. It's just classic humans being funny, right? And 2 Texas teens may have recently pulled off the best fart spraying prank of all time at Caney Creek High School, 45 miles north of Houston, at the beginning of May. So this happened earlier in the month, and it just got reported this week. And thanks to listener Weed for pointing out how hilarious the mug shots are on this one, because I had seen the story, but I didn't bring it back to the pod until I saw the mug shots, because you guys need to see this. Following an investigation, police arrested David Navarrete Arce, 17 years old, and Diego Flores, 18, on May 12th, 2023. And describe the mug shots to the listeners.
Go for it, Wes.
Well, so the guy on the left, they both have that straight, like almost like Dumb and Dumber cut.
Lloyd Christmas.
Yeah, Lloyd
Straight
Christmas.
across the forehead.
Straight
bangs.
across the forehead. You know, you can tell by their names that they're of Latin descent. And the one on the left looks like he just raped your mom. And then,
describe his facial hair.
I mean, it's that prepubescent facial hair that is just dirtbag facial hair, just barely there, you know, like the mustache.
Such a slight mustache.
It looks like he talks about having anal sex with chicks predominantly. He looks like a guy that goes for anal.
Dude.
Yeah.
He looks bad. He looks bad.
She didn't want to, but I made her. And so those 2 dudes were arrested on May 12th, and they were charged with possession of a prohibited weapon. Whoa, a 3rd-degree felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. But hopefully they won't get all that. They look menacing, but hopefully they're not going to really get the 10 years in prison. Because after the epic fart spraying they did, 6 students were hospitalized with nausea. 8 were reported as feeling ill, and these dudes pulled off the fart spraying prank for 3 days in a row. So
it was senior prank week this week. So this makes sense.
Yeah, this month. Yeah, it's like end of school, towards the end of school in May, right? Yeah. So they got the fucking school shut down 3 days in a row. They got hazmat crews out to the school all day, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's a Wednesday through Friday, before finally on the Friday, the smell finally went away. And Flores, so the dude West was like the menacing dude who's like kind of eye fucking the camera with his like really thin mustache.
Makes the other guy do whatever he says.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to hang out with that kid. When the second your parents get one look at that kid, you're not allowed to hang out with him.
No.
You have to lie to your parents every time you're hanging out with that kid.
He's gonna fuck your little sister. You know that, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't bring him within 50 feet of your sister.
So that guy, Flores, he was caught on the day with his spray can of fart spray. But Navarrete only got caught by blabbing after the fact that they had bought this product. No, he's just bragging about it. Like after school got back, they bought the Henzagoot fart spray. And so Navarrete was bragging that they had bought it to somebody at school. And
is that a European fart spray?
Well, what an endorsement for that fart spray. It shuts down schools.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mark, it's incredible. So it's like basically it seems like these 2 kids, they reviewed the videos. They took the fall for what a bunch of kids did, which is normal, right? This is a normal high school prank where like 2 guys get caught with the thing, but a bunch of kids were spreading around because they saw them passing it around the hallways. Like a bunch of kids in hoodies were passing it around the hallways, trying to spread the spray as much as possible. So they're trying to empty the bottle. These 2 kids were the ones finally caught with it, Flores and then
5 stars for that fart spray.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so as Mark points out, like it's pretty much a standard fart spray attack, but it's amazing how effective it was. And it's only $9.99 at Amazon. So this simple spray got the school shut down for 3 days. And so this story, in hindsight, is an amazing story with hilarious mugshots. And it's also basically just an ad for fart spray that ran on pretty much every single major news network in the last week. They're just like, talking about how strong it is.
Would be a real shame.
something like that. Yeah, it's European fart spray of some sort.
Hungarian fart
Chinese.
spray.
Hensgott fart spray. It's just a
German
turd
fart spray.
with a sign.
Hensgott.
$9.99 on Amazon.
What's the reviews?
I mean, well, but it gets review bombed because people hate, people hate it. But I mean, it's 5 stars, Mark. You see the results.
Yeah,
School was shut. They brought in hazmat crews, Mark, for 3 days. They shut the town down. over
4
this fart
stars.
spray.
What's wrong?
They were sending students to the hospital.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
pretty
don't know if
good.
you guys, I don't know the last time you guys were around a fart device prank, but it'll make you puke.
Yeah, dude, it's funny.
Unpleasant.
Mark, you were probably in on a few of them back in the day. It's like, yeah, like I mean, like we had. I mean, it's kind of funny though. Like it's definitely disgusting, but it's kind of funny to watch everybody like get nauseous.
But yeah,
that's how I know about the piss turning black.
design.
We were all in on that one. But yeah, a lot of fart stink bombs.
It's a great prank.
Here's one review from Jamie and Angeli. 5 stars. Buy at your own risk. All caps. The worst smell I ever smelt in my entire life. 4 exclamation points. Definitely cleared out Walmart for the day. Pretty vile, deadly stuff. Store outside because you will smell it even when it's closed. That's how potent it is.
Cleared out Walmart for the day. Dude, you can shut any place down with this fucking fart.
Smell it through the bottle.
But the one kid fucked up. He didn't have to blab. Flores would have gone down for it, and he's menacing enough looking where he would have taken the rap for everybody.
Yeah, everyone thought it
They
was
would've
just
accepted
him.
He's the scapegoat for everyone.
Yeah, they would have accepted it, but
Case closed. It was
Navarrete
Flores again.
had to fucking brag
Also,
about
let
it.
me show you a picture of a guy. This is Diego Flores.
Diego Flores.
Oh no!
You think maybe he did it?
Yeah, so Navarrete kind of fucked up. And speaking of fuck ups, there was the Danny Masterson that Mark mentioned earlier. That's a
Oh, were you supposed to do that? My bad.
no. I was just going to mention it because just in case, but
Yeah.
I'm glad we did because that was what a fuck up. Well, you're a fucking star, and then you're become a rapist. That's
Yeah, I think he was doing the
That's a
stupid thing
fall.
too, where like he was like
fall from
inviting
grace.
women over to his parties that willingly came, and then he got them too drunk, and then like raped them in this bedroom
state
after they
raping
were too
chicks
drunk.
that
Yeah,
he
just-
knows.
Yep.
Okay,
Jeez.
cool,
Yeah.
Danny Masterson. Well, now you're going to prison, and that's a fuck up. And also these recent baseball announcer fuck ups sent in to us by listener Chris in the Heart of Hive. Check them out.
Designated hitter looking to get aboard. Sorry about that, folks.
What do you say?
One more time.
Designated hitter looking to get aboard. Sorry about that, folks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say Hitler. To all the Jews watching this game, want to apologize.
Just Freudian slip, y'all. Sorry.
He's just real disciplined at the bat. I'm shit. Real stickler.
You ain't gonna get anything past him. All right. And one more also from Chris. Here it is. Also a baseball announcer. I mean, I didn't know there's this many baseball leagues that announcers could fuck up the announcing in, but here's the next one.
Can't turn the we can't turn the clock back. I know it's after midnight. We can't turn the clock back and
That's a
turn
black
it
guy
back
at
into
bat.
the mid-'80s.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And put on a Whitey
your mind,
Herzog
pal.
team.
Play that again.
One more time.
We can't turn the we can't turn the clock back. I know it's after midnight. We can't turn the clock back and turn it back into the
Fucked
mid-'80s
that up twice.
and put on a Whitey Herzog team.
He said what, cock first, then black. He was trying to, or he said black first, even though we can't turn the clock back. He said black first, then cock, then black, and then he said, "Wait a minute."
And then he said, "Whitey."
He answered with something about Whitey Herzog. That dude was so fucked up. He was so bamboozled by his own thoughts.
I'm just gonna leave. He just gets
Whitey, Blackhawk.
Oh, no.
He should have seen himself out after that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shut up.
I'm gonna take a few innings off.
Yeah.
Rick's got you.
That's fucked up.
It's amazing. Nice. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
so,
baseball announcing fuck ups are the best. I mean, I think those guys are probably kicking back a few. You know, I mean, it's a baseball game.
You got to, right?
Yeah.
That's the most boring game to watch in person.
Yeah.
Also, if those were like AA, right? Like they're not getting paid much. It's a
right.
side,
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, it's a grind. You're getting
it's a side
to announce that game
thing. Yeah. So you're probably kicking back. It's a side thing. You know. Yeah.
Whoops. Well, maybe you've paid me more than $50 a game. I wouldn't say black cocks on there
6 times a game.
I've been working for 16 hours for $50. We're in the 29th inning.
They're buying like they're getting hooked up with free beer.
Yeah.
They're definitely getting like free beer from their concession stand, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll
I mean,
give
that's
you a
probably the whole
shout
reason
out.
you work that is to get
free
some
beer
of
and
that
hot
shit.
dogs. Yeah.
Holy shit.
The pay sometimes becomes an issue, I guess.
Sorry, I tried the 9 innings challenge with the beer and hot dog per inning.
Oh man. All right. Let's move on to the last story of the day. Guys, we know very well that fat people have it rough when it comes to any kind of travel, whether it's walking, riding a bike, getting in and out of a car, but probably none other type of travel or are our struggles more evident than plane travel. Yeah. An airplane, quite frankly, is no place for the layman fat person. If you can afford the first class seat, yeah, sure, great, no problem. And as everyone knows, even we as fat people are discriminatory toward our fellow fat people on planes. We want nothing.
Oh, you don't. The worst is I'm practicing keeping my elbows inside my armrest right now. That's what you got to do as a fat guy.
We want to sit
boundaries. You're gonna just explode out of the seat.
We want to sit next to one of us just less than you do.
Oh,
yeah. You know,
the first thing you do to each other when you see each other is like, "Oh man, I'm sorry," and then they're like, "I'm sorry too." Oh, this is a mess. This is a fucking mess, isn't it? Well, it's a mess, isn't it?
You ever sat in complete silence next to another fat guy? 'Cause I have.
Yeah,
just complete silence.
Just complete silence. I acknowledge the situation.
Just rubbing up against each other.
Yeah. Just
what are we gonna? What are we gonna do? Hey.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do, guys?
Looking
we're all fat. We're all in this aisle.
Looking at the plane tracker every 2 minutes. It's just gotten 2 minutes closer. 2 minutes closer.
Yeah.
24%.
Sharing gummy bears.
Yeah.
So, we understand the fear and disgust that goes through your brain when the plane is about, filled up, and then you think you're in the clear, and then you see one of us walk on the plane and likely late from finishing a meal or, taking a shit or not being fast enough to make it to the gate on time. And, we meander onto the plane and headed towards your direction. I've prayed before. I've prayed to God. I've said, please, God, don't let this fat fuck sit next to me. I'll go to church more.
Wes, have you ever been in this situation?
Yeah.
When it's you and another fat guy in the aisle and window seat, and then you're both just praying for not a third fat guy in the middle.
Oh my God.
That's like it's like Russian roulette, man. It's a rush.
It's been a while since I've had 3 in a row.
I would just get off the plane.
I've had a couple
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
I've had a couple 3 in a rows. Nothing where it's been too big to handle, but where it's been real close.
Was everyone just holding their breath?
Nothing the size of that guy.
Yeah.
Like 3 of me's, which is like
that was
very uncomfortable, but we could do it.
If all 3 of us sat next to each other on a plane, it'd be a miserable flight.
Miserable plane ride.
It's like sitting in the back seat.
Wes would be drinking again by the end of it.
Yeah.
Was that AI, that picture you brought up?
It was, yeah, Eric.
Because seats aren't that wide.
No, that's a first class seat for sure.
Oh yeah, that guy couldn't.
That's a first class seat. So we it's not it's not fun for us either. We don't know. We worry about if this might be the time we need the seatbelt extension. We certainly don't like it when everyone else blames us when there's a stinky fart. But just before takeoff, it's stressful.
Anyone farts, it's
you.
on you. It's like the Flores kid.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. We're the Flores kid on.
We're the
flight.
Flores on the
farts.
planes. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh God, that guy farted.
Knows
he farted. He farted.
There's no doubt in anyone's mind who farted. Yeah.
They're fanning in your direction.
Yeah. They adjust the fan to blow towards you. And even knowing all that, the one country who you would think would be an ally to us fat bastards has now turned on us and their fellow fat countrymen, especially in a very cruel way. I'm of course talking about New Zealand, and what New Zealand is doing is downright mean. So CNN is reporting that New Zealand's Civil Aviation Authority, which I assume is run by the government, is asking that its national airline, Air New Zealand, start weighing passengers departing on international flights from Auckland International Airport through July 2nd. Well,
it's going to be extra, mate. It's going to be extra.
To that. Yeah. We'll get to that. So not only are your bags
plane to carry you.
Yeah. We can't take off.
Over
all
by
those
20
kilos, mate.
Yeah, it's too many kilos.
Yeah. So now they're weighing your bags full of snacks, and then they're also weighing your fat ass before you get on the plane.
An alarm goes off like when you're too fat. And
yeah.
We've got another fatty, eh?
Yeah.
So why are they doing this other than to just be mean? Well, they say that it's a weight survey, and it's a way to gather data on data. I don't know why I said data. I never said that because those NASA douchebags said it. On the weight load and distribution data. Well, who the fuck am I? Distribution for planes, the airline said. And here's a quick video of what it's going to look like with these fucking scales. Now, there's the scale. They're saying that no one can see.
Everybody has to step up.
So, yeah, they're saying, watch it again. They're saying that don't worry, there's no readouts. No one will be able to see it, not even the TSA agent. But look at the guy in the background. He's just sitting there on a computer. You don't think he's looking at your stats?
Well, why do you have to weigh in though? Like, what's the point of the weigh-in?
Charge you more.
I guess.
No,
of course he's looking at your stats because he's got to decide if you have to charge you more. He works.
No, they're not charging anyone more yet. They're saying it's all a survey to basically, I guess, I don't know. I don't even know what the survey is, but Mark, probably for later on to make fat people pay more.
Right.
So what they say is that it's, they promise that it's, no humiliation. The number just oozes into their system where the data can be analyzed. But what Air New Zealand shockingly doesn't understand is that fat people, we don't like scales, right? We don't trust skinny people when it comes to bullshit like this. We know someone can see the
dentist. Yeah.
We know
get blood pressure and nervous and
look, we know they can see it. We know they're taking bets on us.
Yeah.
A lot of people, especially fat people, get nervous when flying for a lot of reasons I mentioned earlier. And now on top of that anxiety, you want to load us up on a scale right before we get on a plane.
Here's the other thing, Wes.
They don't do this in America, honestly.
Yeah, they will.
It would like encourage me to get a little. I'll be like, I got to fucking weigh in.
Totally.
Like,
here's.
I mean, this is smart.
Along the same lines, like I become like a carnival worker when I see people getting on a scale. I'm like, I'm guessing the exact amount every single time. So I'm going to be guessing everyone's weight that's on the scale before me, besides me. Everyone's going to be doing that. Like, so everyone's like sizing people up as they get on the scale. They're like 250.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Mass peer. If you're going to travel, if you're going to be a Kiwi and travel and represent us internationally, you're going to be fit, mate.
I mean, how many people I would be calling out like guest weights to whoever I'm with at the airport, you guys or my wife, whoever I'm traveling with. I'd be like, that guy's 270. Like when he's getting, everyone's gonna be doing that when they see people.
You look at this guy in the scale. You think he's having a good time?
That's an AI of a 500-pound man.
Yeah, on a scale.
But you're not going to fit in the seat, I reckon, eh?
Yeah,
that guy's 520.
Yeah. And you got the TSA agent yelling. He's like, all right, you bunch of cows. We're going to weigh each and every one of you today before you can go anywhere. And, it's not my policy. It's what's happening. If you got a problem with that, you can take your fat ass home and not go wherever it was you thought you were going to go today.
I mean, don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't either. I think it would encourage people to lose weight.
No, because if you, first of all, if your fat ass isn't encouraged to lose weight,
charge
when you
us
have to squeeze in to the seat,
they're gonna have to do more stuff to make people fit into things to go in public in the future because there's such a fucking obesity epidemic.
Agreed.
There's
I say charge obese people more. I'm fine with it, but they got to stop shrinking the size of. I think they've shrunk it enough. Like we don't need to keep
the plane seats
size.
Don't need to get small enough, but the weigh-in
you can charge people that can barely fit in the seats. I'm fine with that, and encourage the weight loss. I'm fine with that, but stop shrinking the fuck.
It's like gentrification for fat people on airplanes these days.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. They're
trying to impress upon people who are that large that you really aren't going to fit in public transit as things progress here with technology because we're not designing everything for
live comments?
Sure.
There's some weird stuff going on. It got a little out of hand.
Fat hate.
Sam Waringa, shout out the Waringa family. They're the people that the brother got the other brother on or whatever, or maybe brother sister. I'm not sure, but they love the show. And
Benjio.
He goes, did Mark just say he gets weighed at the dentist? And I was comparing anxiety to the dentist as getting anxiety to scale. And then Stephen C comes in behind him and goes, some dentists do weigh you. And I'm like, no, I don't get weighed at the dentist, guys.
Mark has a very intrusive dentist. Everybody knows that.
I was saying anxiety wise.
Yeah.
Getting on a scale.
No,
like
some dentists
office.
are also pulling this plain shit. Like they'll like they won't touch you if your blood pressure's high, and I got a high blood pressure, so it's like, they're like, now you have to be more healthy just to get your teeth cleaned. It's like, you know what? No. You know what? Now I'm just gonna have rotten teeth. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
So this is gonna go on until the end of the month. If you're flying from Auckland,
they're all failing the survey in New Zealand too. Like it's just.
Oh yeah, they're good. You think it's gonna stop them from eating pork? No.
The data that they're collecting in New Zealand saying these people are too fat to fly. We need to do something about it, like charge them more, or get special planes for fatties.
I was gonna play you a clip, and that's what they hinted at the end. Was it? We don't know if this is going to lead to charging more, which it 100% is.
What if they have like all fat flights, like with just certain planes with bigger seats?
That's awesome. They have fat fat chairs in the waiting rooms now. Like, why not get fat chairs on airplanes?
Well, you don't want to encourage.
If you could pay for a fat chair, that's fine.
Well, that's what I'm not.
That's like first class though. First
chair
class
because
is
you're
essentially
fat.
a fat chair.
Bullshit. Yeah, you got to pay. You
don't just get a fat chair because you're fat.
What if they just do couches on there?
It's not a disability. It's not. I mean, it's.
But couches, you can still go hip to hip if you're, like you can have 4 skinny guys on a couch or 3 fat guys, like 2 fat, 2.5. Yeah.
I mean, we got to make more money.
I have no problem with charging more. They have to set a weight.
You want to be charged more?
Making the mass
want to be charged more, but I also want to lose weight, and I think it's not fair.
Everybody is affected by it, us personally included.
Like you said at the beginning, you hate when a fat guy gets on board.
Making people weigh in is not a bad problem.
But I don't want to pay more either.
Well, then lose weight.
Dude, making people weigh in is just a good way to make people think about their weight. That's it. It's not that bad. I think it's funny.
What the fuck you guys are talking about? I think this is terrible.
All right, Wes. I mean, like, but the problem is like how far the fat.
What, you're on your way to Hawaii and they want and to get on a beach and then they're like, hey, fat ass, step on the scale before you go to the beach.
I don't love the scale thing. I think they should they should skip the scale thing and start charging people more.
As a fat, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
You're going to go in
we
the
don't
honor
deserve
system?
any more rights than anybody else. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. As a lifelong fat, we deserve no more rights than anybody else.
We don't deserve any more rights, but we also don't
deserve
to. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have a problem if they start charging me more. I'm going to be very insulted.
You should be mad about the most recent shrinkage in seats because 10 years ago, the seats were acceptable for guys with our waistlines. Now they're not.
True.
Right. The shrinking seats is a problem, but making people weigh in when everybody on the plane is like, it's not a problem. It's not a problem to make you weigh in. When a plane, it's like planes have like a weight thing. They can just put it behind, like they could be like, oh, there's a weight threshold, blah, blah, blah. So you got to calculate the total pounds or whatever.
This guy's going to cause us to crash.
On a fucking puddle jumper, maybe, but not a fucking jet.
Yeah. This guy is too much for the 747.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Oh, God, you imagine getting kicked off a 747?
What else are you gonna do? Just watch everybody get so obese that like nobody can fly a fucking plane.
Something's got to be done about obesity for sure. Well,
yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna turn into Wall-E, the Disney movie.
Right, for sure. And the AIs, exactly. We're heading there. No one.
Like how many people are in a fucking scooter at Walmart these days?
A lot.
10%.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous out there.
It is.
Again,
when we were growing up, like guys our size were like a skeptic.
Yeah, it was like you never. I was the biggest dude by far, and
now it's like not even like where there's plenty of dudes way bigger than us.
Yeah,
and chicks. Yeah,
right. Yes, it's just like it's making people weigh in before a flight. It's not a big fucking deal.
I'm with you, Will. The obesity problem's getting out of control.
Yeah, women aren't going to like it. I know that.
No. Well, of course not. But they don't. No one's literally make it so nobody can see the thing. It just I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. Wow.
All right. All right.
We'll see
I
if
mean,
they
like,
make us
look,
pay more.
they will one day.
They will. Yeah. That's
But
coming.
the seat, but it can only come with a bigger seat. There's no chance they can make you pay more just on your weight in the same size seat.
That would suck.
Wes, you think that's
I think that's where it's headed. Is they're going to make
What?
you
think
pay?
you're
No, I think you're gonna have to
Pay
buy
more same
buy
size
two
seat.
seats potentially. You might
You'll have to
like-
buy two seats if you're over a
Yes.
certain
You have to
weight.
buy the middle seat.
But they might make the weight super low. Like it might be like you have to be 250.
You better be on your way to a surgery if you're getting on a plane and you have to buy two seats.
Yeah. See, look, this is all they're
You
trying to
lose the
say,
weight.
right? Corey Webb's got, hey, Fats mixing it. Yeah, that's all that's all the airlines are saying too.
That's what they're trying to say. Yeah.
The Warringahs get it too. Diet starts tomorrow, boys. Yeah.
All right.
And we want to be able to fly.
I didn't like the way this went.
I want to look good with the bleach blonde hair too. So I'm gonna start tanning also. So
Ooh. Are you mean just going outside, right? Not
I'll
like
just go outside more.
Yeah, okay. You're not gonna go to tanning salons.
No, I'm not gonna go to like a bed.
Cool.
But I want to get a little bit of a base coat so that nothing looks weirder than a pasty white guy with bleached hair.
That's true.
You need to have a little bit of a tan.
I'm about to break out the baby pool now that I'm settled in the new house,
Yeah.
and the tan starts soon too.
You gotta have a little tan.
Love getting a tan. Yeah.
I don't want to look like a fat elf, you know. Like,
Who's on the high five this
This
week?
guy's like a fat, like a albino kid.
What is he? Is that an albino elf?
What is this? Is this powder keg? What is that?
Is that
powder?
It's like powder, but keg version. Everyone's who's on high five? Will again, right? Is it Will?
Yeah. I'm a high five, so take me off.
All right, here we go. Here's for
That was like in shuffleboard when you think it's going off the table and then it just stops.
Yeah.
All right, Will, I got you.
Will wants more Mark. I think I would look like a fucking polar bear. I was all pale with the
Corey Webb, internet commenter says that's a goddamn polar bear.
Yes,
You
sir.
look like
All
what's his
right.
name?
Who's
the
here's the
guy that-
polls.
with the mansion, the stripper mansion in Florida, Busey.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Mike Busey.
yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so how much money would it take for you to swim in the dirtiest river in the world? Eric put the numbers up high. He said $0 to $100,000. Only
How is that not 100%?
Only 16% said they do it. Then
How is that not
100K to 300K,
100K?
29%. 300K to 500K, 29%. 1 million plus is a quarter of you. 25%.
I would easily do it for.
I do it for
100,000.
10
Dude,
grand. 10 grand.
Dude, for $20 and I was hammered, I would easily do it.
No. That's
Robert De Niro, 59% of the
okay.
vote.
Pacino got it closer, but yeah, I mean, De Niro's going to win that poll most times.
Small scale.
He's going to win that poll 59% of the times. Would you rather swim in the dirtiest river or walk 5 blocks in New York City barefoot? New York City barefoot took it by a lot, 76%
Wow,
to 23%.
76%.
People are scared of that river. I'm telling you, because you get the in your mouth,
It's
and
the
the
dead people.
parasites and shit in
It's
your
the
mouth.
oozing of the dead body that gets
It's
me.
the mouth versus the feet. You can
A lot of
bandage up
water
your
in
feet.
there.
Yeah, it's swallowing the water. I get it.
I mean, I'll get an infection. It'll go away.
Yeah, some of them don't.
I don't have to walk 5 blocks, you know.
Hey, we got a new shirt in the store. It's the Hard Factor Thank You shirt. Go to
We waited
store. Hard Factor.
till 1 hour and 7 minutes in the show for Rad Dad.
Yeah, Rad Dad needs this, and we love you and have a great.
It's a great
day.
Great design. Fantastic design.
Buy it for Rad Dad. Or we're out.
We're out. Hey, yeah, we appreciate you. We love you. Have a great.